are now buying strength and selling weakness, we have identified that the dollar is weak. So we now want to find a counter pair. We want a pair on the other side. So if I'm selling the dollar, I want to test the dollar versus the strong currencies. So which was the strongest currency that we had, Marcena, against the dollar? Or Richard? Which was the strongest? Absolutely the euro. So the first one I'm going to look at now is the euro dollar. Well done, Marcel. So I'm looking to be buying the euro dollar and selling the dollar versus it. And we are going now to make sure that we want to be buying the euro as long as it's above a structure point, so we don't get a head fake to the downside. And this seems to be the 128.65 seems to be pretty well to 128.90, so 128.84. So this is pretty much the number, the 128.84, because it's much more, seems like a common denominator in all these numbers. So we have closed the week on the weekly chart at 129. This is a pretty decent close. It should indicate continuation to the upside. We have no reason to think of selling the euro in this case unless it comes and trades below the 128.84. Let's look at the daily chart now. And look at the daily. You see, when you do your homework and you'll be able to identify the reference points, you could see that on Friday, with the major sell-off that we had in the Canadian, the major sell-off we had in the Australian, the sell-off that we had in the Swiss, all of them on Friday except the euro. Look at the euro. It came down. The low of the day was 128.82, which is 89, which is pretty much our 128.84 reference point. So now we have a pretty kind of a clear picture. Now we still want to be buyers of the euro, but we do not want it to trade below 128.84. So in this case we have now a kind of a unique situation, or a very interesting situation. This is a very strong move to the upside, and having one day like this on the daily does not mean that this strong trend is reversing now and it is going to change and come down and turn into a continuation of the bear market that we have in the euro. So we need to be a little bit cautious and aware that there will be some volatility buying and selling at or around the 128.84. So it would be kind of rare, if you will, that you're going to get a very big range day selling on the first day, or even if you get one selling day, it might come back and revisit this high. So you're probably going to get during the next week a sell signal that if you take it, you're going to take it as a scalping sell it will give you a good extended 50 or 100 pips. Then you take profits. Don't turn it into a long-term trade, because it most probably is going to come back and revisit the 128.48, because we do not have a clear sell signal over here. We need that sell signal or that sell pattern to develop. All what we have is just one day which has closed fairly weak, and it's sitting above a structural point, which is the 128.84. So we always trade what we see on the charts. We don't, what I'm giving you now is not an opinion, it's experience, and the experience says that we need to see a selling pattern or a selling formation to appear on the chart. So if I have a sell signal like this and it's sitting above the structure, so, and the prices come Monday trade below the 128.84, I will take the sell, because that's what the chart is saying. But I will also say that the high probability is, if this sell goes through, then the signal is yet not appearing on the chart to convince everybody out there to actually continue pushing the dollar down. This means that we might get a retest of the highs. So even though we are going to go short the euro, we need to be cognizant of the fact that we need the selling pattern to develop on the chart. So we might get some buying, and that buying will come back and revisit the 128.84. So if you take a sell and you make some money, take your profits. Do not wait until you can see it all the way down. Okay? So our sell signal is going to be the 128.84, and our stop, if we take the sell below the 128.84, 1 second, Michael, we are going to place our buy signal. So let's put this here. $128.84. So this here right there, this is our sell signal right there. This is our selling point. If it comes back, this is our structure point. If it comes back, we are going to sell it. And probably, Michael, if it breaks below the 128.84, it should visit the 127.60 or the 127.37. It should visit anywhere in this zone over here, and this should be, guys, your profit taking target somewhere around here. The reason being is that this is such a powerful trend to the upside, and we do not have, the guys that took the course know that this is a gift. So this gift can come till here or come till here, and then I need to have the sell signal develop or to be formed. So if you're going to take a sell, make sure that it is a scalping and you stop it somewhere around here. And Michael, if it trades below the 128.84, you don't want to take the first buy like this, okay? You want to take the second buy, because you're going to get, look at this, you got a sell, a buy, a sell. So you just want to make sure that you're getting, you don't want to flip at or around the structure point, in and out, long short, you're going to get whipsaw. So you take a focus. Your focal point right now is that if it comes below the 128, we are going to get a sell-off. So wait until you get this selling materialize up till here, and then you're going to come back and Absolutely, and again, because why? When you take a counter trend in the major to the major trend, there is still, you see, I'll explain it in a minute. Let me finish this because so anyway, I'll explain it in a minute, Mike. You'll learn this in the course exactly. Okay, so let's put the euro dollar. Mike is going to explain it all to you tomorrow in detail. So our short point is the 128.84, and our short stop is going to be the 128.84. And I'm going to send you the software, Janet, for Michael in a minute, and you can send it to him, okay? As soon as we're done from I'll send it to you, so that you can, and I will send you also the workspace, Michael, a copy of this workspace. So you just click on one button, you'll have all the workspace with the radar screen and all these lines up set up for you. Okay, now our long point. Our long point for the euro, Nicholas, if you have the software, if you have our software, I'll be happy to send it to everybody. But if you don't have the software, nothing is going to show up on your screen because it's a part of the program. But if you don't have it, you can take a screenshot, snag it, and plot them up. But it's part of the coded software. So if you have TradeStation and you have it, I'll be more than happy to send it to anybody. But it's easier for you if you don't have it to take a screenshot, a snagged screenshot. Okay, our buying point for the euro, $129. That's good. 129.54. And the 128.84 is going to be our structure short point. And if we go long, this is 130, I'm sorry. So this is going to be our buying point right there, and our stop, if you're going to buy it at 128, 129.50, your stop should be somewhere. It's pretty close. I mean, make it the 128.84 because it's too close. It's probably because it's such a structure point, they're going to test it again. So we'll put it one in the same. And your structure long is the 137. This is still intact. This is your next structure point, is the 137.37. Okay. All right. So the euro dollar, we're going to go long above the 129.54, and if we do, we're going to place our stop below the 128.84. If the prices come and trade below the 128.84, we're going to sell it. And again, we don't want it to go pretty much above the 128.84, because again, it's a structure point, and you just give it like 10-15 pips above that, and your structure short is the 128.84, and your structure long is the 137.37. Okay.